So we talked about our dev or developer textures. I think now's a great time to talk about our tools textures, which we've started using more and more. Let's just take a look at the lot of them. Go to Browse, type Tools. All right, we have several tools textures, actually quite a lot of them. They do amazing things just by existing. These are all basically optimization or entity trigger tools. Some are more advanced than others. Some are really simple, and we'll start using them right away. Others we'll go into in more depth. So area portal is one we'll go into in more depth. We have just a black texture. A lot of these are pretty self-explanatory. Block LOS just blocks your line of sight. Block bullets, that's pretty explanatory. Just if we apply this texture to a brush, bullets will not cross it. It won't be anything you actually see in the level. These will all be invisible, but it will block bullets, so bullets will not be able to shoot through it. Block light, again, explanatory. Something you won't see, but if you need to block the light, you don't want it to hit another object, or you just trying to set something up kind of stylistically. A lot of different reasons, but this tool texture applied to a brush will block light. Clip, the clip tools, the clip, player clip is your big one, and player control clip. We'll use player clip a lot. Basically, this tool texture applied to a brush is not going to allow a player to walk through it. We'll do an example of that one. Hints are part of the optimization for the Viz program. We'll go through that. Invisible texture, we used once already, is just simply what most of these other tool textures do at their core. Just do not appear in the game. Anything you don't want to actually look like something else. Ladder, we went through the ladder texture. No draw is a huge tool texture that really, as you're building, and shame on me, we should be using even now. The no draw texture is a great start, as well as the dev textures. If you're going to create a lot of objects, you don't always need to see every face of an object. If two brushes are touching each other, or the outside walls of these big rooms we're creating, anything that the player will not see, there's no need to waste system resources having the computer draw, because the computer's going to draw it for the most part, no matter if you're ever going to see it or not. It doesn't know. So the no draw texture is a good starting point, and then you'll only texture or material portions of levels you're going to see. NPC clip, like our player clip, is going to stop NPC players from going certain places. Also really handy when you're kind of creating big battles. Occluders can be very useful. We'll go through it when we do some optimization. Basically, an occluder is not going to let, or it's going to block you from seeing anything that's completely obstructed by it. Some of the other ones that are important now, we talked about the skybox. That's obviously huge. And triggers we'll go through when we start talking about inputs, outputs, and triggers. Basically let you know this brush entity is a trigger that's doing something. So not going to appear as geometry in the game, and has a purpose that you can easily single out. So let's just try a couple of these. Let's put a player clip. That's basically the one that we're going to be able to see. We can try blocking some bullets and some light too. So let's try those guys for now. Just create our level here with our Oasis prefab. See how useful that is already. Get inside here. Okay, so let's just add a couple brushes. We'll zoom in here, scroll down our grid a little bit, and create a few objects that we can use to block things. So let's change this to tools. Oh, we're already in the tools. And we're going to block bullets. Block bullets. We should put something, well, we'll just have the wall there to show us, but we can also put a barrel or something that we can try to shoot. Entities, let's do a prop physics. Throw that guy back there. World model, go back to our oil drum. Let's get an explosive oil drum in there. Make sure it's not embedded in the floor. And let's also make sure this guy's not in the floor, which it is. So, you know what? And I want to actually, I'm going to raise it slightly off the ground so we can actually shoot under it and show how it's working. And let's duplicate this guy here. Maybe rotate it a bit. And we'll change the texture on this shape, on this brush, to our player clip. All right, so we'll apply the player clip, and here we just won't be able to walk past. We could also add a light entity to our scene. Put it right in front here. Get it off the floor. Whoop, selection tool. Bring it up off the floor. Okay, and let's put it kind of near our wall here. We can show what this next texture is going to do. So let's seal it from the wall by duplicating one of these guys. Making sure we're not embedded in the wall again. Okay, and with this guy, maybe we will go top to bottom. Change the texture from the player clip to the block light. And let's see, we need a gun and some bullets at least to try and shoot this guy. So entity tool, entities, let's get a weapon, 357, sure, that's fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to join our level, we're going to try to shoot our barrel, see what happens, try to walk over to our barrel from the left there, and see how that light is affecting our world. Okay, so let's save this guy, save it as Noesis. Oasis tools, tool materials, and let's run it. Okay, so here we are, we're in our level. Looks like an empty room with a barrel. Oh, look at that, we got our light right here, but not quite getting into this corner for some reason. That's because we got our tool texture right there. So you can see how that works and how it's affecting here with our light map scale. Let's go walk this way. Oh, we hit basically a wall. Can't get over there. Now if we shoot at our barrel, not hitting it. What's wrong? Shoot over there. Nothing. Shoot underneath. Oh. Perfect. It's like a bad movie. I'm out of ammo. Okay, restart our level. Okay. Let's try this one first then before I waste all our ammo. Shoot at it. Nothing. Duck down. No problem. Alright, so you see how those tool textures work. Really, really handy. You'll use them a lot.